Hey, it's Mr. Donahue again. We're going to take a look at naming alcohols and ethers in this video. So let's review some of the systematic ways that we name things. So the first thing you want to do is find the longest continuous chain of carbons, and this is going to be your base name. Next, you're going to number the carbons so that if there's a substituent group or a functional group, it's given the lowest possible number. Then you're going to name and give the location of each substituent group. And if you got multiple substituent groups, you're going to basically just use some kind of di, tri, tetra, etc. For if you got the same kind, like if you got 3 chlorines, you're going to say trichloro. And then you're going to list them alphabetically. So if you got multiple substituents of different kinds, you just list them alphabetically. So alcohols, remember that alcohols are going to have the suffix OL, just like in the word alcohol. The base is still going to be the same, the number of carbons. And if it's single bonded, it's followed by an "and." If there's a double bond in there, it'd be "ene," but most of these are just going to be single bonded. So examples like ethanol. You need to number the carbons if you got to say where that alcohol group is. Sometimes you don't need to because there's like only one possible place that you can put it. So here's an example. Let's take a look. Longest possible carbon chain is only 2 carbons. So I'm going to say F. They're single bonded, so I'm going to say and alcohol group, which is right here, I'm going to put all. So this is ethanol. Do I need to put a number? No, because this alcohol group could only be on this carbon. But wait a minute, Mr. Donahue, couldn't it have been right here? Yeah, it could have been. And then let's take a look. It's the same molecule. It just flipped around. You spun it around. You're looking at it from the other side. The alcohol group, the hydroxyl group, is still on like the first carbon. It doesn't really matter. So it's just ethanol. There you go. What about this one? How do I say I got 1 carbon? Meth and an alcohol group? All. So methanol. Do I need a number? No, there's only 1 carbon. It can only be on that carbon. What about this one? Let's take a look. Longest possible carbon chain. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. I can go 1, 2, 3 carbons, or I can go 1, 2, and then the same thing. So 5 is going to be my longest possible carbon chain. So how do I say 5 carbons? Pent. How do I say they're all single bonded? And how do I say that there's an alcohol group? All. And hey, there's also a dingly dangly. So I got to figure out how I'm numbering this and, what I'm calling these groups. Okay, so am I going to number left to right or right to left? So you want to number in a way that gives the smallest possible number. So let me take a look. If I started right to left, I'm starting on the first carbon. So I know I'm going to want to do that. So I'm going to go right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how I'm numbering these things, right to left, because 1 is the smallest possible number, so that's what I'm going to go with. So it'd be 1 pentanol. And how do I say that there's this group? Well, what is it? It's a methyl group, so this would be methyl. And how do I say where it is? Well, it's on the 4th carbon. Now, something to make sure you don't do is don't go, well, if I number it right to left for the alcohol group, it gives me a 1. But if I number it left to right for the methyl group, then it's a 2 instead of a 4. No. You always go with the smallest number, and once you pick the direction to number them, you're numbering them all that way. That's what they are, okay? So this would be 4-methyl, 1-pentanol. There you go. Another one, all right. Let's see. I got a carbon here, and I got a carbon here. So I got 2 carbons, which is going to tell me that it's F, single bonded, and alcohol groups. Going to be all, but I got 2 of them. So how do I say I got 2 alcohol groups? Diol. So this would be ethandiol. And now I got to number them, which it doesn't really matter this way because it's going to be the same either way you number it. It's going to be 1, 2 ethandiol. All right, how do I draw this? 1, 2, 3 propantriol. Well, prop tells me I got 3 carbons. Triol is telling me I got 3 OHs. And these numbers are going to tell me where. So on the first, the second, and the third, I have alcohol groups. And then I fill in the rest of the bonds, my carbonides, with hydrogen. All right, ethers. Ethers are a little different. You're going to have the first name, comma, not really a comma, but you're going to have first name, second name, ether. And both of these names are going to end in YL because they're alkyl groups. So alkyl group, ether. So examples would be like, you can have ethyl, methyl, ether. as an example. All right, so ethers are essentially two alkyl groups that are linked by an oxygen. So there are two first names, one for each of the alkyl groups, and then it ends with the word ether. So let's just get into some practice, all right? So you'll see things like ethyl methyl ether or methyl propyl ether. So look at the two chains, name them using the YL endings, and then use the YL. So all right, I got carbon, carbon, then this oxygen, then a carbon, carbon. So 2 carbons tells me it's ethyl, and then I got another ethyl group, so it'd be ethyl, ethyl, ether. Or, hey, these are the same thing. I'm just going to call that diethyl ether. Right? Another example. All right, so I got carbon, carbon, and then a carbon here. So I got this group and I have this group. So I got a methyl and an ethyl. And generally, I put them in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go ethyl, methyl, ether. So again, I know it's an ether because I got this oxygen in the middle of a chain. It's linking 2 of these carbon chains together. That's how I know it's an ether. And that's how you name the ethers. All right, what about this one? Again, I have a 1 carbon, and I got 1, 2, 3 carbons. So I got a methyl group and a propyl group. So it'll be methyl, propyl, ether. All right, so what if I had hexyl methyl ether? All right, well, hex tells me I got 6, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons, then an oxygen, and then a methyl group. And that's it. Pretty straightforward, hexyl methyl ether. And that's alcohols and ethers. Hope you found that helpful. I'll see you in class. I'll have plenty of practice for you guys. I'll see you there.